and we'll work out the key of G. Key of girl. I get my big tuner up here. I love having the tuner right on my desktop. It's so good. It's perfect for practicing because it's in my periphery and I only really see it if it lights up red. Otherwise, I know I'm just good to go in general. It's like my old tuner that I used to use on tour where the center, you know, it had a swing arm needle, and the center where you were in tune just didn't work for some reason. And neither did the green light that tells you that you're in tune. So it only actually woke up if you were at a tune. It was actually really, really handy for teaching because I would just leave it on the music stand coming through the Zoom there, and it would just like, I'd just be kind of like, ooh, whoa, what? So yeah, but anyway, okay. So here we go. I'm just going to tune up quick. That's working pretty good. Okay, let's do our regular key of girl. Get everybody tuned up there. See Julie's tuning up there. Is it happy, Julie? Doesn't look happy. Okay, all right. Okay, let's give it a go then. Key of G. Ready, go. Now, I would give myself probably 97% there. Mine was really good. Hopefully you guys had a pretty good average there as well. Why don't we try the arpeggio? Ready, go. Okay, now let's try scale and arpeggio, but faster. And don't try bothering to do too much tuning. Just keep an eye on that tuner and see how you do. See which ones suffer, okay? So we're going to do it about this speed. All right, that's a bit of heat there. A 1, 2, 3, and... Ready, arpeggio. All right, now let's try some double stops. Everybody happy with the fast? They did pretty good? Decent batting average? Okay, good. So now let's try some of those double stops. We'll do 2 bows, 2 big long bows per set of double stops. Okay, let's give it a try. Ready, go. right, now I'm going to give you my report first. So I did pretty good until we got to the fourth at the very top. Did anybody notice how my fourth was at a tune when I got up there? Anybody notice that? No? Well, it was. So the D on the A string was fine, but the G on the E string was my first attempt at it. Very, very flat. I don't know why. My finger slipped over or something like that. And I had to fix it. Okay? And then, when I came down, the first time I hit the third, which is A1 and D3, it was really sharp. And it must have been whatever fix I had to use for the fourth. And it kind of affected that one. See that? And it's something to be careful of. Sometimes when you do a drastic move to fix your intonation, it's going to affect something. Like it's going to move your hand or your pressure or something like that. So it's good to keep that in, take that into account. So let's do it again to give me a chance at doing it right, for God's sake. Ready, go. I might have skipped one there by accident. I'm just going to check and see. I did, eh? Okay, let me get this and make sure. Because there's so many you can play. I just gave you guys the basics. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so now I got the paper in front of me, so I definitely won't skip one. Let's try one more time, okay?
Dan, did you send out a paper copy of those?
I think so, but I'll do it again just in case.
I didn't get it if you did. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. So.
Okay, I'll do it right now. Okay, let's see. Who's going to be late, right? So this is G major. Okay. Okay, I have sent them off to you. Now I got to make sure you understand how it works. Yeah. So so we got open G, and then G2 and open D. Oh no! See, this one is a problem. This one got messed up. I think. One second. G2 and open D. G2 and open G. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. So once you open it there, I'll just explain a couple things because I don't know how I messed it up, but I did a while ago. But so the first double stop here is going to be the open D and the open G. Now you see there's written in there, but I didn't write the open D part with it. Okay. The next one is open D and G2. All right. That's this one here. Open D and G2. So you might want to make a little note of that there. And then this next one is mislabeled. It's supposed to be a D and an open G. Okay. So you might want to make a note of that. The rest are fine. Just have to also look where we do them again on the way down. You got to relabel those too. So, yeah. So open D and open G. G2 and open D. Open G and open D is what we're doing there. Okay? Anyway, we'll try it again. Oh, Lane's gone to the printer. She has that look of going to the printer. You got her there, Lane? Okay. So yeah, so I'll just explain again. We got the two open strings at the bottom, G and D. Next one's going to be G2, that's the B on the G string, and the D. And then the opens once more. And then the rest is as written there, D3 open G. Okay? So we'll give them another try now that you have them in front of you there. Are you away, Jane?
Almost, yeah.
Almost?
Music stand.
Okay. Okay, here we go. 2 big long bows per pair. Ready, go! People are looking like they're kind of getting more confident with the double stops. How are people feeling about their double stops at this point? Because we've been at it now for a good while, and so hopefully you're getting somewhere with it. Anybody have any comments or anything like that about the double stops? No? Excellent. Well, let's move on. So let's go to the, first of all, we'll warm up the key of D. With just a scale and arpeggio, and then we'll try those D major double stops, okay? The ones we looked at last week. All right. All right, D. Starting on the D string. Ready, go. I gave myself 98.5. I think there was a couple that had a slight wiggle to them, but they still came out in tune. How did you guys do? Feeling pretty good in the key of D? Not too bad? Okay, let's do it again though, right away. Can't hurt. Ready, go. I was much better that time. Always better second time around. Now let's try the arpeggio, since that's what we're going to be using to play double stops. Okay, so we start with the low A and then D. Ready, go. Let's do that again right away. Can't practice those enough. Ready, go. Okay, all right, so how are people feeling about that key at this rate and at this speed? Pretty good? Okay, let's up the speed a little bit and see if anything goes wrong, shall we? Let's do it about here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Now that was a clip, for sure. Let's do the arpeggio. Ready, 2, 3, go. All right, how are people feeling about that? Not too bad? Not too bad, okay. Good, so now let's have a go at the double stops. So let me just get them up here on my screen. Hello? It's on the desktop, I think. D major double stops. Okay. So the first one we start off with is the low A and the D string. It's a beautiful one. I love it. It's another fourth. So it's another one that's kind of in tune or out of tune. Only two options. And then we got the open D and open A, a fifth. Okay. Then we got D2 and open A. That's your third. That's going to be the trickiest one to hear. And then we got the A3 open D, the octave. Pretty easy to hear. And then at the top we got the A3E1. So that's your third. That's another challenging one. That's going to be pretty challenging. And then we got the E3 open A. Okay, good. Okay, that's just the octave. I thought I might have put a fifth on there. The fifth is pretty challenging with one finger. I'd love to be able to do it, but let's see if we can start with the octave. So very simple, not too hard. Let's give it a go. Again, with the two long bows per set of double stops. Okay? Ready, go. great key. So, how did we do in D? Hard, eh? Yeah. So the most challenging one, I would say, is going to be the A3E1 combo. Okay? That's definitely the most challenging one. It's a lot like in the G arpeggio, we got a similar one, right? A1, D3, it's very, very similar. So, and like I said before, if you're looking for which one is out of tune, it's most likely going to be the one. Okay? The upper one. And it's because, yes, Bill?
Like I can play the double thing fairly well because
Good.
of playing the chords with the orchestra.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was playing the chord, but I don't have the D. I don't have the written out.
Oh, you don't have it written out? I sent it out. Oh, okay. Well, here, I'm going to share my screen. Because I got it right here. And I can make it really big. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's way better than with my eyes. That's the best I've ever seen it.
Awesome. Very good. Glad to hear it. Okay, so let's have another go at it then. And this time Bill can read it. And like I said before, the challenging one is going to be that A3E1. And if you're wondering, it's probably going to be your 1. Okay? Because the 3 is much more reliable for most of you guys. So let's do it again. 2 long bows for each set. Ready, go. Oh man, that was the best I've ever done them. I remember when I was making the video of it for YouTube, it took 3 takes to get them really, really perfect. So, you know, nobody's perfect. So how are we doing now, guys? Getting a little bit handier with it? And how did you get along, Bill? All right? Oh, you're still muted, I think.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Okay, one more go at the key of D in double stops, and then I'll stop bugging you about it. Okay, one more go. I love this keys. It's the key of the uilleann pipes. This always reminds me of the drones coming on. Although it's not a D and an A when their drones come on. It's 3 big Ds, an octave apart. Anyway, so let's give it a go. Here we go. Ready? And... All right. Mine was good, except I pushed too hard on my bow. on one of them there, and it honked at me for just a minute. But also I need rosin on my bow. It's a little scant from all this scale work I've been doing. Just non-stop scale work. That's what I do, you know. That's every day I spend a good 2 hours playing scales and arpeggios. Ha! I should though. God. Imagine if I did. That's what I said once. I said that I never practice, and my wife, who practices diligently every day, said, "Imagine if you did." Anyway, okay, so that's D major. Any questions, problems, or comments, or anything at all about the key of D, or any of the double stops in it, or anything before we move on? No? Okay. I forgot that last week was a practice tape, because I was taking the kids to Scouts and Beavers. That's right. So now I'm trying to think of the tunes. So we were doing the Morrisons, right? The Morrisons jig, or was it the Swallowtail?
No. Swallowtail, but we also did Silver Spear.
And we did Silver Spear. Well, we should work on that. That is such a great tune. That's the one that Deborah sent me a tape of. And it was really good. She's getting along really good. She broke a tooth off. And she said it doesn't hurt, but it's really, she's worried that she is drooling all the time. But anyway, so she managed to get an emergency dentist, but I guess she has to be late. I'd be surprised if she showed up at all. It happened to my friend Sean Gavin, who plays the flute. He's from Detroit and was living in Chicago for the longest time. He came to the Chris Langan weekend here in Toronto. And on the Friday night, it's kind of traditional at the Chris Langan weekend on the Friday night that everybody has too many pints. It's a tradition. We've been doing it for years. And Sean certainly followed the tradition and stumbled outside, fell onto the road, and broke one of his front teeth right off. And he plays the flute and the pipes, but he was there to play the flute and teach the flute, which he could not do with a front tooth broken right off. So Jennifer called Dr. Steph, our dentist, who happens to be the wife of Gord Wolf, who plays trombone in the TSO. And she also plays the flute and is a singer. And so we called her. It was a Saturday morning at 8 in the morning, and said, "This is what happened." And she said, "When does he have to play?" And we said, "Tonight." And she said, "Send him over." And so she made him somehow a new tooth and did a root canal on him too for $400, which I thought was pretty good. But anyway, it's always good to have a dentist in your back pocket for experiences such as that. Especially one that's a musician, can understand the lifestyle and the things that happen. Anyway, so Silver Spear. So while you're getting it out, I'll just play it quick so we can have it ringing around. Everybody remember that now? Now also, notice there, these things are sometimes involuntary, but I'm playing a third, or a fourth. See that? So on that long G, at the end there, I play the D with it. See that? And it's really, really nice. And so that's an example of using a double stop as an ornament there. Great place to do it if you had the inclination. But more than anything, I just wanted to show you how that works. But so let's have a go at it. I'm not sure what speed we had it up to there before, but what do you think about this speed? Did somebody...
We were working at 6, trying to get it to 60.
60? Okay.
That was 2 weeks ago.
And that was a goal?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so let's see here.
Maybe that's what we were playing it at a few weeks ago.
All right, well, this is what it's going to sound like at 60. What do you think? Is it doable?
Sounds fast.
Let's take her down. I think that was a goal. Let's take her down to 50. Which is going to be... Is that doable? Let's give it a go. Okay. Hold on to your hats. 1, 2, 3, and... Okay, I'm just going to let Deborah in here. And how did people feel at 50? Did it work okay? It looked okay. It looked like everybody was going along just fine. Okay, cool. So what I'd like to do is extend a mix, dance mix. So we're going to play it like, let's do it a good like 3 times, okay? And I'm going to bump it up slightly, just slightly every time. You won't even notice, all right? And we'll see if anything happens there, okay? Hi, Deborah. How's your tooth? Is it okay? Oh, excellent. Great. Thank God. Okay. So we're starting at 50, and I'm going to bump us up a couple of times. We're going to do the whole thing. This is Silver Spear there, Deborah. So we're going to do the whole thing 3 times, and I'm going to bump it up slightly the second time and third time. I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, go! Yep, that was 60. That last time through was 60. So how did everybody do at 60? Did you get through it? Did anybody have to stop? No? Excellent. Very, very good. Okay, take a breather. We're going to do it a couple of times at 60. All right? That's what happens when you do a good job. You have to do it again. Yes, Joanne?
Can you tell me when you're studying the metronome on tunables? So I have the tempo at 60, and then the next thing says beat.
Yep. You want one beat.
Oh, okay. So I have an 8. That's a
Oh,
problem.
that would be hard.
So, yeah, so 60 and then one beat and one subdivision?
I do one. So here, look, I'll share my screen and I'll show you what I have mine set on. Because the tunable can be very confusing, of course. Okay. That's the D major double stop. Get that out of the way. Okay, everybody see my tuner there? These are my settings. So 59, 60 is the tempo, one beat, one subdivision, and it looks like this, and it sounds like this. So when I'm playing along, okay, that's how it works. So that's what yours should look like too. You can put it on 2 subdivisions. This is what it sounds like.
Oh,
And some people really like that, eh? There was one guy that I was working with that he had trouble. He was playing with the metronome okay, right? Except that within the pulses, he was speeding up and slowing down his 8th notes. And he really wanted to get a handle on that. So we put the subdivisions up to 8. See? Or actually, was it 4? I think it's 4. Yeah. See that? So. See that? And it really helped him because it lined up all his 8th notes, made them all even because he's getting a beat for each one, right? But I find it best to start simple. And for most people, 1 subdivision is fine. For a lot of people, 2 is also fine. Okay? Does that answer your question? Okay. Yes, boy.
How long till you're done?
I'm finished in an hour.
Okay.
Okay, you guys good? Did you have a relaxing jacuzzi?
Yeah.
Excellent. Our rental place has a jacuzzi. Just happens to. Okay, guys, we're going to do it at 60, and we're going to do it a couple times. I'll stop sharing my screen so you don't have to look at Double Dan. Okay, and you'll just have to trust me here with the tempo. Well, oh, and we don't like that, right? Nobody likes to hear it. You just want to see it, not hear it. Let's see, I gotta turn the volume off of it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna do it 2 times. 1, 2, 3, go! Hey, looking pretty good there, guys. That was good, I think. I mean, it looked great. Anybody having problems at 60? Okay, take a little breather, and I want to try it at 70. Okay? Take a little rest and roll out the old shoulders there, and we're going to try it at 70, okay? Now, Deborah, I know that you're an old-fashioned lifestyle person, but tell me that's not your actual phone behind you there. It is.
Yeah, it's a real phone.
It's a real phone, wow. But you don't have the party line.
God, no. Thank goodness.
We used to have, when I was growing up in this house here, we had the party line. And our ring was ring, ring, ring. Okay? And you had to be careful because Marguerite up the road was ring, ring. But if you jumped the gun, then that would be her, right? And you listen to her phone call. And then my brother Paul was working for Cape Breton University, and he was compiling tapes. Well, no, he was digitizing tapes of people speaking Gaelic. And it was surprising, the sources. Like, they came from everywhere. People dropping off cassette tapes of conversations or house parties where people were speaking Gaelic, right? A mixture of English and Gaelic. And the funniest thing was he woke up one morning and there was a box of tapes, like a whole box of them on his front porch. And there was a note that somebody had found them in the attic of the house. And here, his grandmother recorded the party line.
Oh my God.
That cracks me up. Can you imagine the conversations? Yes, Bill.
Dan, like we used to buy a cow from a farmer on Manitoulin Island, and so we went one day, and he was at the end of kind of a strip of land, and so we're sitting there, and the phone rings, and he answers it, and he said there's about 5 people on the line, and the phone rings, they all pick up, so everybody knows what everybody else is talking about.
Absolutely, yes.
And
Yeah.
that was part of the world.
That's right. And this lady went as far as recording it for posterity. And Paul said it was really interesting because they did a lot of slagging of each other. You know, that's what Scottish people say when they're talking bad about somebody, is slagging them. You know, slagging them off. And so there was a lot of that on this party line. And he said it was interesting because most of the slagging was in Gaelic, but the response to it was usually in English, which is really interesting, you know? It's like when they really wanted to dig it in there, they used the old language, but then when they wanted to just, respond that it was funny or whatever, they used English. It's kind of neat. Anyway, I've distracted you enough. We're going to go to 70. Let's do it. Joanne needs to wake up. This'll do it, believe me. And we're going to do it twice because just like a double-barreled shotgun, if we don't get it with the first one, we'll get it with the second. Okay? I'll give you an idea. 1, 2, 3, go! So, success?
I could play the second last bar in the second line. That's about it.
Okay. What do you think goes wrong, Bill? It's just a little bit too fast for your fingers?
Way too fast.
Okay.
90-year-old person, I think.
Okay. Well, so we'll... Yeah, with the hand, yeah, I understand. We'll stick with the 60. What I suggest for everybody is 60 for the practicing, okay? Because that really seemed to go okay for everybody. I don't think there's anything in the way of that. And 70 for a goal. For, whoever wants to try to make it to 70, that would be a good goal. All right? Anybody else have any problems at 70? Or yeah, how about you, Joanne? What was one of your first problems?
I think I was trying to read the music and I was also, my wrist, I don't think it's working fast enough. Like, I'm still working on getting that movement with my wrist, so it's really hard to go fast if you don't have that, right?
Yeah, it makes it harder. Now, the cutoff point for the wrist it seems to be 85 for most people. Okay? So that's the point at which your arm can't keep up with the small muscles of your fingers anymore, right? So 70, for a lot of people, 70, like, they can still do that, okay? And that's fine. Don't worry about trying to go right to the wrist. Like, you can see my arm. It's not like I never move it, like, it does move. It's usually in response to my wrist, but just try, if you just kind of loosen up the whole idea, allow your arm to do a little bit of it. And just make sure if you're allowing your arm to do a bit of it, it's fine as long as you keep her loose. And you might find that helps you not kind of tense up as you go along as well. Okay? So don't be so hard on yourself with the wrist. Like, it will come along, but for most people, like at this stage of the game, they're still using the arm, and at 70 it should still be okay, as long as you keep that wrist at least loose.
Yeah, and I think I just need to trust myself
with the reading.
But I probably know the notes.
And don't need to read it. Yes, I have a few people that I've worked with that have this thing where if they haven't just, like, they might have played the last 2 bars, but if they haven't read it, they feel like they need to kind of go back and pick it up. You know what I mean? Like, if they happen to do it by ear. And it's a big kind of monkey on your back. Like, it can really get in the way. So I would suggest for that, putting the music adjacent. Try not to look at it the whole time. Look at it if you need to, but you probably don't. Okay? Yeah. And play, you should, if you do that, make sure you put my YouTube video on, because that'll help you along as well, like with what's coming up next. That's the only thing. But, and then after a while, you won't need that either. Okay? But yes, what you're saying, I've run into quite a lot. Hey, Elaine, remember that? Remember getting off the book? Elaine worked hard at that, and exactly in that way. And we managed to get off the book with a few things. It was really, really good. Oh, but that reminds me, geez, I wonder if we should do Brenda Stubbart sometime. Because that was the tune that Elaine used to get off the book. And it worked, but we had to do it a lot. We did Brenda Stubbart's a lot. So maybe we'll think about doing that tune at some point. It's a great tune, and I'm sure Elaine wouldn't mind the practice. Hey, Elaine? And for the rest of you guys, like, it's a repetitive tune, and it's very simple. And so chances are you're going to be able to get it without using the music, and then you'll be kind of home free, okay? Anyway, that's good. So 60 for practicing, 70 for the goal, okay? And we'll check in on it next time. Now, what about, what else are we doing there? You'll have to remind me, I'm terrible.
We were putting Drowsy Maggie in front of that one.
Oh, what a great idea. Excellent. Well, let's do that. So we've been working on Drowsy Maggie a little while. So why don't we'll take her back to 60. We won't bother with the 50 or whatever we were doing with the other one. But let's take her back to 60 and see if we can play Drowsy Maggie. Now, I'll give you a little bit of it. So I'll show you, I'll give you an idea of the tempo of 60 on this tune. Doable? Let's do it. And let's do it a good few times there, everybody. 3 times. I can't wait to see what Lena's been working on because she took a bunch of pictures of it a second ago. We'll get her to show us. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. One more. Okay. Bill, do you need it or something? Do you need the music for it? Too fast? Okay. Let's slow her down, everybody. Never hurts. We'll take her down to 50. Okay?
Yeah, it's too fast for me.
Okay, we'll take her down to 50. Give that a try, Bill. So that's going to be more like this. Okay, let's give that a go. And then we'll practice this one at 50 a few times until it feels pretty good. And then when we join them up, we'll do the Drowsy Maggie just slightly faster than that. Like it doesn't have to be like all the way up to 60 like the other one. And then when we go into the other one, we'll bump up the tempo a little bit. Okay? Always fun to do. A very, very old trick. But anyway, so 50 for Drowsy. Let's do it. For the practice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right on there, Bill. Looking good, looking good. Everybody get a chance to get better at a few things there during the 50? That's great. Okay, now, if there's no questions or anything, let's put them together. Okay, 2 times each. We'll do that one, not much faster than that. Maybe I'll just bump it up maybe 2 marks on the metronome there. And then we'll go into the silver spear and we'll bump up the tempo slightly, okay? I'll do it for you, don't worry. And after that, we got to see what Lena's working on. So we'll finish this set, and then we'll check out what Lena's working on there. Because I saw you taking pictures of it, so I really want to see it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. How was that, everybody? Good. I like the tempo change. I thought that was really nice how it came up to the key of D there. How did everybody get along with either tune? Anything go wrong? Any problems that were, kind of major that you need help with, or just to keep practicing it? Okay, good, good, good. Well, do you think you have one more time through the two of them in you? I think it'd be really good if we did it one more time, because we haven't done a set of reels. And, part of the process of learning how to play the fiddle, obviously, is being able to play more than one tune in a set. And sometimes it means you're playing for, 4.5, 5 minutes straight. And a lot of people, when they first try to do that, they're kind of like, oh my God, how did you do that? Like, I can't go do it for that long. So it's good to learn how. It's good to, just keep at it and learn that endurance, to keep playing for that long. Just be glad that you're not me. When I had to play at the Toronto Island all-day dance, which they have every year. I mean, not during COVID, but they always have it on Toronto Island. It's the Toronto Country Dancers, and they get like a special caller from down the States. And one year they called me and they said, we want to do a dance medley. I was playing the fiddle, obviously, for this dance. And I said, well, sure, I don't, whatever. And they're like, well, it means we do 2 or 3 dances in a row. And when you play for a dance, you start a set of tunes. It's usually about 7 minutes or 10 minutes of straight playing, but by the time everybody gets their turn and does their thing. And so they wanted to do 4 dances in a row. And so I didn't really understand what that meant. And the guy said, it means you'll be playing nonstop for 35 to 40 minutes. Can you do it? We always ask before attempting. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll give it a try. And so I did. I played a set that lasted for, I think Brian Piquel timed it, 37 minutes, I think it was. Something like that. And my biggest problem that I had, it was no problem physically to play for that long. But after a while, I had trouble remembering tunes. And just calling them up to start them. And so I had played one like 6 times and I had to go into another one, you know. And I tried to, and then I got partway through an A part of something, and Brian Piquel leans over and says, are you composing? So that was kind of the biggest challenge I found of doing that, was just remembering the tunes. But anyway, so one more go. We're working on our endurance. Drowsy Maggie followed by the Silver Spear. And then we'll do something just for fun. Okay, so here we go. I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at my use of double stops at the end. Okay, how are we doing now? Pretty good? Great. All right, so that's the plan for that set. All right, we're going to do the first one a little slower, second one a little faster, 2 times each. Okay, Lena, show us what you've been working on, man.
All right, so I finished the earrings. They're gold earrings, hoops. I don't
Nice.
think you can really see the texture, but they kind of got like a molten, like warbly texture.
I see that.
And normally at work here we sell them smaller, so I had to cut pieces from another pair and solder an additional piece and then blend the texture.
Nice.
Make them larger. Fancy.
Nice. Very, very fancy indeed. Yes. Awesome. And it kind of reminds me of, like, I live in Little Jamaica. That's what they call this area of town. And so there's a lot of gold hoop earrings in my neighborhood, big time. And there's a kind of a funny but very sad sign next to the where you press the button across the street, and it says, "Lost. 1 gold hoop earring. Reward offered."
Everywhere. Sure.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, great. So now, let's see. I was thinking about the old tunes that we used to do, the slow airs, because I think it might be nice to do something slow, all right? And in terms of a new one, at some point soon I want to learn a new one. And I was thinking about another polka, because we did the Carrie polka, I think, didn't we? Yeah. Did we do, what do you call it there? John Ryan's polka. Have we ever done that one? We did do it? Okay, good, good. How about, have we ever done Bally Desmond polkas? Oh, man. Let me show you. We'll get at this next week. And then that's the Bally Desmonds. It's Bally Desmond number 1 and number 3. And I can't remember now what number 2 sounds like. But these two, number 1 and number 3, always played together. Always, always, always. And you can see one really kind of slides into the other one. People have been playing these 2 tunes together for, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of years. All over the place. It's one of the most common sets I've run into in my travels playing sessions. All over, like in Germany and everything. I played these in Germany. I think I might have played them in France. Maybe even Denmark. You know, it's just that there's a lot of these, like Drowsy Maggie is another one. Silver Spear is another one. These are very, very commonly played tunes. So that's going to be what we get into next week. It's on my YouTube channel already. Okay?
Can you spell that?
That's Bally Desmond, so that's all one word, Bally Desmond. Bally Desmond polkas. Very popular tunes for Irish, you know. And, you know, Irish is the universal language of folk music, so you might as well get a good bit of it in you. Now, let's see. So let's take a look at some of our old slow airs. For instance, did we do the Rosebud? Excellent. Why don't we take a look at the old Rosebud? We're going to have to warm up a little bit the key of A, I'd say, because that's what we need for this one. And it's at least we don't have to go down low on the key of A with this one. But we do have to do it up high, and it's a little bit different. So we'll run up and down an A major scale quick first. Well, while you're trying to get out the music there, I'll play you the Rosebud. And feel free to play along if you have it. looks like they're getting onto that real quick and real handy. That's great. So good to see. And do we need to do an A major scale, or is the hand getting in the right shape just from that amount of noodling? Is it good? Okay, let's do it then. So let's do Rosebud, and let's do it a good couple of times, maybe a little tiny bit slower than that. That was a bit quick. That was dancing speed. Actually, it wasn't fast enough for dancing speed. Okay, here we go. A 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. From the top. Coming back? Love that old tune. It's a great old tune. Anybody having any problems? Did you hear my use of double stops in there? And that one there, like a slow air. First of all, a slow air is a great place to use lots of double stops, because sometimes when you play a slow air, a lot of times you're playing all by yourself. And so it's a way to give yourself some support. I can't believe what it does to the sound. You play when you put them side by side. Here's single string, and then when I dress it up just a bit, you hear how much that fills it out and gives you support, right? And with a slow air, it really, really helps. Okay, now we haven't gone over the double stops in the key of A major, but that might be something we could get into next week. It's not, I'll show you what they are. The fifth at the bottom, which would be the most important one in the key of A, I would say. That's one finger on the G string and the D string at the same time. That's the first one we do. And then the second one we would do is this one here. See that? It's the third. It's the 1 and the 3. Remember, like the other keys, except the 1 is on the D and the 3 is on the G, and you got to stretch it, right? You got to stretch up to get that C sharp. And when you get it out of tune, it's just horrible. Here it is. Oh my God. And even when it's in tune, it's kind of... Here, I'll just show you so that you know it's bang on. So we got the E and the C sharp. And together, that's what it sounds like when it's in tune. Okay? So that's C sharp and E. Hard one. Then the next one you would do would be E and A. That's D1 and open A. And then the next one would probably be the A and the E. Just the two open strings there together. And then after that would probably be C sharp and E. I would call that the second most important double stop in the key of A. Because like even in this tune here, see, that's the one I'm doing. And it's a third. Okay? So, and it's, again, a hard one to tune. That's what it sounds like in tune. Okay? And then the last one at the top, we'll just do a simple octave. E3 and open A. That's what we're going to do at the very top of it. So I should go over those again. That's the ones across G and D, and then G3, D1, C sharp and E. Wow, I hit that in tune first try. Wow. And then we got E and A. Okay. And then we got open A, open E. A2, open E. And then at the top an octave, E3, open A, and A. Opens again. C sharp and E. Opens again. E and A, that's the D1 and A. D1, G3 stretch. And then you got your G1, D1 fifth. So those are a good start for, yeah, those are a good start for double stops. Of course, there's a lot more you can do, but it's a really good start there. And we'll get into it. Oh, you guys can play around with that idea this week. The scale, the double stop. Sorry, the scale, the arpeggio, the double stops. Always do that order. All right. And you can mess around with that idea. And next week we'll nail it down and we'll learn it and give it a good going over all those double stops. And then you might find places to add them in the Rosebud. I definitely think you'll be able to. Okay. That's that. Now, why don't we go to something else? Let's see, like me, I was thinking Danny Boy. Remember that? Now, I got to remember what key we were in, though. Let me see here. Danny Boy. Nope. Ooh, people sent me what do you call it? Videos of Danny Boy, which is just great. Let's see here. What key? I guess I could just watch the YouTube video.
So, my wife got me this weird new tool for Christmas. And
That's
at
nice,
first,
buddy.
I thought it was... Danny?
D. Okay, so we're playing in the key of D. So that means Oh Danny Boy starts off on C sharp. Everybody remember that? Somewhat? Okay. I remember this was, I got quite a few videos from people there of this, which is great. What a great one to send me a video of. Okay, we're going to give her a go. Joanne has found it. I can tell. You didn't? Oh, we didn't have music for it. I think we did it completely by ear, didn't we? Yeah, we did it completely by ear. So I'll give you a hint. The first note, O, is going to be G3 stretch. And we scale up from there. It sounds like this. And then boy is a great big T. Yeah, you got it, Joanne. You got it. Very good. Anyway, let's do it. Okay, I'm going to go slow. So don't be shy. Mess around until you find them notes. Okay. Ready, 2, 3. Oh, brings me back. My buddy Danny Williams singing that. I remember him he was playing with me and Sandy and Brian McIntyre at the Brogan, and he sang that, and he was feeling his oats that night, I think. And at the very end, it goes. He used to do it in the key of C, and so at that high note. What it would have been, let me see, that's going to be C, E, a high E, way, way up there. And he hit it that night, and he kept it going for an unbelievably long time. As he was singing that high C, people started they couldn't believe how long he was holding it for. People started to go, woo, yeah, woo, woo, woo. And by the time he finished the note, the whole place was just going nuts. Like, it was very, very dramatic. But it is that type of tune, of course, for sure. Even Lena was struck. Look, did you see that? She couldn't help it. Anybody having any problems? Is there any licks that you've forgotten that you don't know what? The middle part is A, F sharp. Okay? That's the note if you're looking for it. I don't know. Anybody having any bits or pieces that are giving them problems there? Because I'm here to help. I can tell you what the notes are. Okay, well, you know what that means. Let's do it again. More feeling, more bow. Yeah, that's right. Okay, here we go. Here's your C sharp. Okay, it's got a particular sound to it once you learn the sound. Okay, here we go. 2 more times. 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, don't forget about old Danny. That's for sure. It's such a good one to practice. Like I was just thinking as we were going there in the key of D, such a good workout because it uses the whole fiddle, you know? And for familiar songs are something that you can use your ear to hang on to, get much better at it. You get intonation better, get, you know, because you already know it, because you don't have to guess about what's coming next. You can do a lot with it. So videos of Danny Boy would be really, really excellent because the last time we did it was ages ago, and you guys have probably gotten a lot better at a lot of these skills that we've been working on. So it would be great to see the progress, and this is a really good one to show me some progress, okay? So our plan for next week is we're going to get into, first of all, our keys so far, we've done G, scale arpeggio double stops. We've done D, scale arpeggio double stops. So we're going to practice those. We're also going to do A, okay? And it's a workout, especially with the double stops. So it'll be a bit of a bite to chew. And then we're going to use that beautiful work to work on Rosebud of Allendale, okay? Because you're going to try to get some double stops in. All you guys look like you were cooking along with that tune, so I think it's possible. We are also going to practice our reels, but just practice, and you got the plan for that. And then we're going to learn Bally Desmond Polka. Okay? And like I said, it's already up on my YouTube channel, and I'll send you some music, but I strongly suggest you just listen to it. Try to get it. So here's your big challenge there, guys. Because, you know, I know you can just go on thesession.org and look up Bally Desmond and play it and read it and you're done, right? But let's try this. Let's try listening to Bally Desmond all week until you can sing it. Okay? And I mean all the notes. Not like da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All the notes in your head. See, it's really easy tune, you know? And I think the endings are the same. So see if you can sing that tune in your head. Next week we're going to learn it by ear, and we're going to see if that goes easier. See if it's an easier process, because that's basically how we do it. Okay? And I think you'll have a good time with it. Any questions or comments or anything like that? All right, cool. So we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
I have one question.
Oh, yes.
Well, actually, two things. First, can you recommend a Christmas carol or two that maybe you could send the music just that I'd like to play some Christmas carols. So
That's a great idea. Great idea. So Jingle Bells, I would say, is the most accessible one. I'll show you. Key of A. See that? Really easy. The hardest note is this one. G sharp. That's the hardest note in the whole tune. And we practiced G sharp, so that shouldn't really be a problem. So Jingle Bells in the key of A major, is a really good one to start off with. Another one, let's see. Silent Night. In the key of D. Starts on the A string. See that? Really easy. In the key of D major, it's really easy. So that's Jingle Bells and Silent Night. And let me see. I'm drawing a blank with Christmas carols right now. But Deck the Halls, yeah. And that would be in the key of G. the key of G. It's really easy. Okay? And that's a good few to get you to play around with it. And I've recorded them here, so you can go back and look at my fingers, see what I'm doing. Eh? And we'll talk more about it. It's a great idea, but I am reminded of when Dan R. McDonald here was playing at a party at Christmas time, and somebody came up to him and said, "Can you play Here Comes Santa Claus?" And he said, "I'm sorry, I don't play Chaz." Anyway, so there you go. So it's, what's that?
Are you related to him? Are you related to him?
No, there's a lot of McDonald's at Cape Breton, and I probably am, and that's why we don't check. Anybody else got any questions?
I have a question.
Could you send me the double stops in D?
I will. I'll send. I did, but I'll make sure. I'll do it right now. I'll make sure I send it to you. Okay. Well, you, Lena?
And what's the best way to send you videos? Because I sent you one once and I'm not sure if you ever got it. It was a while back.
Was it on email?
Yeah, but it was like months ago.
Months ago. Shona? Joanne?
Yeah. I don't know if you received it. I think I tried to send it right from my phone, so I've never really sent a video by email directly from my phone, so.
Okay, and what tune did you do? Do you remember?
Oh, it was so long ago.
Lena? No, that's... no, I'm not... I don't see it, but if it was a while ago, it could be buried in my email. But usually email is fine. But you know what you should do, Lena? It's just, you got my number. Why don't you just text me the video?
Okay.
Because that usually works. Like, Elaine, you usually text me videos, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, a really good way to send videos is Facebook Messenger as well. It seems to allow big videos. It doesn't seem to mind. And I'm on Facebook, so just use my regular Dan McDonald Facebook account and send me videos there too. Okay?
Thanks.
Great. All right, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.